just keep the pressure on in the chase position.
Yeah, I mean, Hilbrun is about to throw down here. I think he knows this might be one of the hardest battles of the weekend for him. I mean, if he gets the win, he's got to go against, hypothetically, Blush. Just given the condition of Hamilton's car, I don't think they're going to fix it. We haven't officially gotten word yet, but they believe that front rack has definitely taken a huge hit. So it looks like the smoke is cleared out pretty quickly as far as this battle goes. All right, track is clear. We are waiting for, basically, whenever we have kind of a delay after that first run, it is due to smoke. We want to make sure that the drivers can see the bank. Because, I mean, when you're going at it, and the sun, the way the sun is positioned too, so definitely is blinding. Alex Hilbrun out front. James Dean. Here we go. Hilbrun initiates. Really well done by Hilbrun and James Dean into formation. The machine, Hilbrun, oh, and Hilbrun. Too much angle. And unfortunately for Hilbrun, that'll be all she wrote regardless of the outcome.
Well, Jared, it looks like Hilbrun did that one to himself here. He was just pushing very hard out front, starting off strong. Great job so far. Then watch that first inside clip. Just angles up too much, is not able to make the rotation. And James Dean sees it, makes sure to get by him safely. And Alex, for all the passion that he's got, just jumps right back into it.
Yeah.
It's not going to matter. He basically went off course and pretty much has an incomplete, but nonetheless, that was fun to see and gave us a little extra show. But we know what the result will be.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate. Slide him right for James Dean. And there it is, it's official. James Dean gets the victory. Alex Hilbrun takes himself out. That Nitto Tire IMR Inca Madness Racing. James Dean moves a step closer. All right, so we are getting word that Nate Hamilton's vehicle is just way too damaged to repair, so that means Kristaps Blush will be getting a bye run and advancing on. Hamilton just pushing too hard, so Kristaps will be advancing. So with this bye run, it'll solidify his advancement into the Great 8, and we're halfway through the top 16. And track is clear to send. The HGK BMW. Going into the wall. This is a bit of practice for him. Well done by Kristaps. Taking out that cone, getting into the crease. Phenomenal practice run for him. Look at that nasty transition there. Oh, see, that's what'll bite you. So Kristaps Blush advances on. And looks like with Blush moving on, Nate Hamilton caught up with Laurette Nickel. Laurette?
Unfortunately, we saw Nate Hamilton go into the wall. And my first question is, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Definitely a big hit. One of the biggest hits I think I've had. But yeah, I'm all right. I'm good. Yep.
And the problem, unfortunately, too big to fix in 5 minutes. So what happens next?
Yeah, the way I got into the wall with the front and the rear, I mean, honestly, I have a great crew behind me, but 5 minutes it would be tough to fix it. So just looking at the damage, I'm done.
I'm so sorry to hear that. What is the team going to have to fix on the car?
Right now, it actually, I mean, I think it looks worse than it is. So just front suspension, rear suspension, I think we would be good. So.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right, Nate, looking forward to next round. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. See you later.
Thank you, Lorette, and yeah, we'll see you in Canada, Nate. Nate Hamilton, as he said, maybe looks better than, or maybe looks not as bad as you would think. So that's a good thing. All right, entering the gauntlet now. Ryan Tuerck and Odi Bakshish. Ryan Tuerck, Advanced Auto Parts, Black Magic, Toyota Racing GT86. Odi Bakshish in that V8 powered Falcon tires, S14. All right, we are officially halfway through the top 16. Let's party. Here we go. Ryan Tuerck, Odi Bakshish. Ryan throws it into that first outer zone. Tuerck and Odi, both of them. Great job. Past that first front clip. Odi coming in hot. Can he hold on to that angle? And the proximity, he does. Tuerck got that crossed up. Going into the bone zone. Here we go. Into that touch and go. And around that final clip goes Ryan Tuerck and Odi Bakshish.
Well, Ryan Tuerck's 2017 season has all the right elements so far. The vehicle reliability, his driving ability, and the ability to know what to do in competition. You can see he's nice and high on that bank, rides all the way around. But look at Odi right here. Throws a lot of angle in the car to slow it down, but he's able to keep the angle in it here as he tries to close the door against Ryan Tuerck, who's out front with a pretty decent lead run. Little tiny adjustment there by Tuerck coming out of outer zone number 2. Odi's trying to keep him as close as he possibly can. As you can see, there's a drive through that smoke that was generated coming off the big bank in the first corner there. So now they switch it up. Odi Bakshish will go to the lead. Ryan Tuerck will chase him down. Both drivers with some good marks in that first run. And now they got to duplicate it and try to better their opponent.
Yeah, can Ryan Tuerck chase down Odi? Because Odi had a pretty solid chase run there. I mean, there were some flaws, and I got to tell you, in that second outer zone, I thought Odi might have rotated or bit off more than he could chew, but he really hung on to it. I thought that was a great execution by Odi, but Tuerck had a great degree of angle and minimal corrections. Those bronze wheels just standing out, really highlighting and showing you that there were minimal corrections from him out of that second outer zone. So Odi will now lead. Ryan Tuerck will give chase. Again, that smoke playing a role. And it looks like we are clear to send. Here we go, the second half of this battle. Who's advancing on into the Great 8? Odi up front, Ryan Tuerck in chase position. Odi throws it in. Ryan Tuerck. Odi not as high on the bank, now coming down into the transition. Odi tight in the front clip, and Ryan Tuerck pushes too hard. But no, salvages just a bit. Want to take a look at that again. It looked like that was going to turn into a catastrophe. Not the case, but does not get into that touch and go. A very interesting turn of events here. It looked like Tuerck was going to completely lose it kind of fought back. Let's go through this again.
Well, Jared, I think it's all going to come down to that first inside clip. It's going to be the judge's interpretation there. Let's watch Odie. Mid-high line on the bank. Turk closing here on proximity. Odie coming through that section. A little bit of a tweak of the front wheels there. Turk comes through really quickly, so the judges are going to have to digest that. We do have the rest of the run to watch here, but it was probably the most interesting thing that happened that will require us to really give a deeper look at to determine exactly what the course of action was there and what actions the judges will take with respect to that.
Yeah, it didn't look like any traditional run we've seen throughout the day. Yeah, and you know, the judges do talk about acceleration and deceleration. We call it the accel-decel map, and this is where basically green, obviously go. Red, slow down. You're allowed to slow down. This has been basically, you know, critiqued by the judges. They say this is points where you can slow down. As you can see, right on initiation, yeah, you can slow down a little bit to initiate, throw it in, but then in that, after that inside clip, when you go into outside zone 2, you are allowed to slow down there. And then finally the third one, the touch and go area, where you see the red, you're allowed to slow down. So the judges now taking a look at it one more time. Here's Odie out front, Turk in the chase position. Ryan, anything stand out to you?
Well, let's just watch the forward momentum of Odie as he comes through this section here. If anybody notices anything irregular, or if it looks like he was coming through with the proper momentum. Now, the drivers are obviously using angle to come through that section, but the judges do want a clean forward momentum until you get to the slowdown area, which is the slowdown area is more in the area where Turk and Odie are situated right now. Now, here it is from another angle. This is from the rooftop there, so this is from where we're sitting, just to the left of us here.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's kind of, to me, it looks reactionary, like a perfect storm. I mean, Ryan was definitely coming in hot. I mean, he had a lot of momentum coming off. I think the question is, you know, was Odie slowing down too much? It just it looked wacky.
Well, it's not a Forrest Wang Forsberg incident where it's clear that there was big angle in the car and the car was slowing, which was a very controversial battle last year. This is a watch both cars and see how the momentum is adjusting. You can see if there's any brake lights on Odie's car by looking up at the front. You can watch Ryan's car. You can see his lights came on there before he made contact, was able to hang in it. Well, the judges got their work cut out for him on this one.
Yeah, I mean, this is where your spotter comes into, you know, really comes into play, because all the drivers have spotters, or if you're running a pro team, it's a strong recommendation. Let's just call it what it is. They'll have spotters. So this is where it comes in, like, okay, this is what we've seen from this competitor previously. Expect this. Maybe some larger angle compared to this guy, or some slowing or whatever. But I'll tell you, Ryan Turk definitely comes in hot off of the bank. Question is, you know, did he expect that? Did he expect something different? And you know, you gotta be ready to kind of accommodate what's put out in front of you.
Well, that inside clip, it's always
yeah,
it's for years. It's always been an area where a lot of action happens. That and the cheese grater, of course. But in this particular case, it's really trying to manage your momentum coming off the bank. The judges are very clear what they want. And, you know, now that we've had an incident there that's going to play a role in this matchup, we'll certainly want to hear from Ryan Lantane and the other judges, depending on which direction they go.
Yeah, it looks like they're still, it's like they're finally kind of coming to a decision. And again, the judges are really looking at this, analyzing this. I mean, this is advancing on into the grade 8. So there's some points at stake. There's some advancement. I mean, both of them in the 16. We're looking at it again here, Ryan. This is Odie leading, Turk giving chase.
Let's just not talk. This is what the cars presented. So there we go. That's about our fourth replay there. So
But it's very difficult. There's the nuances of, again, the
I agree. I would
Excel,
not want to be in that
decel.
position.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry for slowing everything down. We're really trying to make sure that we're making. Yeah, sorry, Canadian here. We're trying to make sure we make the right call. It looks like a couple of things happen at the same time. You can see Odie pulling the handbrake just before the inside clip. He's nice and tight on that clip, and then Ryan kind of hits that clip, so he's offline at the same time. And we don't see a big slowdown from Odie, though. The e-brake pull might not be that big of a deal, but that's what we want to really analyze and also see what Turek's car was doing as he came through there as well. So we want to make the right call. That's why we're taking this time, but I think we have a decision now.
And it does bear repeating as far as hitting the clip, because we've seen a lot of drivers hit it but still advance, but it's just to what degree, how much of the vehicle is on the wrong side of the front clip. So Ryan Tuerck, Odie Bakshies, slide him left for Bakshies, right for Ryan Tuerck, and Odie Bakshies gets the victory. Odie Bakshies gets the victory as Ryan Tuerck is knocked out. Ryan Lontaine, and that was unanimous. Elaborate.
Well, that is not a slowdown area, and that's what we wanted to really analyze. Was there a slowdown that would have been done by Odie, and we couldn't see any evidence of a slowdown? It looked like his pace was maintained all the way through inside clip 1. Now, on Ryan Tuerck, it looked like he really got on the throttle aggressively there. He went offline, hit that clip, and kind of dove on the inside. It looked like he was anticipating Odie to, I don't know what he was anticipating. Actually, there's no way that Odie would have been making a move that would have required Ryan to do what he did in that area right there. It just looks like he got his car in the wrong spot, gone on throttle to try to close the gap, but it wasn't the right move in that spot.
Yeah, it was. He had a lot of momentum coming in. He was flying, so just couldn't handle it. So, next battle, Fredrik Asbo, Juha Rintanen. Asbo and Rintanen. Asbo will lead. Rintanen will give chase. Fredrik Asbo, Rockstar Energy Drink. Toyota Racing, Toyota Corolla, Juha Rintanen in chase. The battle of the Scandos and Fredrik Asbo. Looks like he's exchanging paint with the cheese grater. Juha Rintanen trying to apply some pressure. And he does, but has to back off. And Asbo. Whoa, Juha. Woo, that was scary. Wow. Juha got way out of shape, almost going into that media pit.
Yeah,
but Asbo.
That's the first time I've actually seen somebody do that. Now, look at Fredrik Asbo, what he does here on the bank. You cannot get closer than that. And for the duration that he does, incredible job there. Very tight on that inside clip. Great forward momentum flowing through that first inside clip into the second outer zone. Let's watch Juha here in the chase, see what happens here. As he comes through the smoke cloud, just looks like maybe he got lost for a second there. Narrowly hits the rear of his vehicle, the back quarter panel, and you can see just that massive plume of smoke that's covering both drivers as they come through the finish line there. So it's going to be a very good lead run for Fredrik Asbo, and with that mistake going off course in the chase by Juha, he will have some ground to make up here.
Juha Rintanen will lead as our Black Magic Intense Tire Wet Spray clipping points back into position. Juha Rintanen will now lead. Fredrik Asbo giving chase. You got a Norwegian and a Finnish driver. Again, the Scando battle here. Juha Rintanen. Nexen Tires, S15. All right. Looks like we are clear to send Juha out front. Juha throws it in. Fredrik Asbo gaining ground. No problem for Asbo past that front clip into the crease. And there goes Asbo, the Norwegian Hammer, Gets close, gives himself a bit of safe distance here. Into the touch and go. Let's see. I think he's going to try to reel him in here. Great angle from Yuha on that final flip.
Well, after that solid lead run, Jared, by Frederick Osbo, he backs it up here with a pretty solid chase. Yuha was going to have to pull out all the stops here and try to force an air on Frederick Osbo, which he does not make in this battle here. So this should be an easy victory for Frederick Osbo to move on to the Great 8. He will face Odi Bakchis. But as we take a look at some of the action here, you can see Yuha really doing a great job in the lead position. Just that one mistake in the chase can be all the difference in a battle. And it's why these guys need to almost run these perfect runs every time around in order to get victories. So let's go to the judges.
Go to the judges, let him left for Yuha, right for Osbo. You have to assume that Frederick Osbo, and there it is. Frederick Osbo with the victory. Just a very dominant performance there, but Juha Rintanen had some great runs. Osbo advances.
Well, while we wait for Justin Pollock and Jeff Jones to come up to the start line, let's head down to Lorette Nickel. She caught up with James Dean.
James Dean is moving on and back in Ireland. You're not used to battling on a track that's banked, so how are you adapting?
It's something totally new for us. You know, we had it in Orlando, but this track here is almost 3 times steeper than Orlando, so it's crazy. You're there sitting on the start line, you're sitting like this, and it's just a weird sensation, but when you get it right, it feels so good, and there's an extra adrenaline rush when you're riding that wall, because it's honestly like a cheese grater. If you catch onto it, you're gonna be in trouble. But so far so good. We're in top 8, and we're battling Kristaps next, so yeah, it's gonna be a crazy battle, and I'm looking forward to it.
Well, Kristaps is really hungry, so how are you going to hold him off?
You know, we'll see what happens. I'm going to push as hard as I can while leading and see how that goes. And he's one of the fastest cars on track, so I'm just going to have to push as hard as possible and hopefully not too hard. And let's hope we have a bit of luck on side. But I'm feeling good. I'm enjoying the track, and yeah, like it's been a long day because I had a bye to top 16. So we're waiting from practice till now. So it felt great to go out there battling Alex Hilbrun. He was unfortunate enough to have an over-rotation while leading. So we were lucky. He gave me a good chase, and I was ready to give him a good chase. So, yeah, looking forward to top 8. So car is ready, and I'm looking forward to it.
Best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lorette, and thank you, James Dean, as Dean navigating this this bank track here. As we have our next battle on the top 16, JTP Justin Pollock, black and red all over the track, about to make some white here as they're going to create some smoke. JTP Justin Pollock and his Roush Performance Falcon tires, all carbon bodied Ford Mustang, and Jeff Jones going supercharged this year with the help of an Edelbrock supercharger. It's the Doc X Hankook Tires S14. And Justin Pollock will lead. This is his first battle of the weekend. He had a bye in 32, and he's going against Jeff Jones, who went against Matt Field, and Matt Field unfortunately had a debeating, excuse me, of his tire. All right, so as JTP Justin Pollock brings it on in. JTP initiates into the bank. Whoa, JTP working up there, getting a little sketchy, but tightens it up into the second outer zone. Jeff Jones. He's making his presence felt. JTP, oh, is that too much angle? No, sir. Really well executed, that snappy transition. into that touch and go, and we've seen some drivers unfortunately come to a halt, but not the case. So as we look at this again, here's JTP. Like I said, his angle there on the bank, it wasn't big, but he really had close proximity, which made me a little nervous. Now here into that second underclip. Watch this snap. Whack, and just holds on to it. And some of the drivers came up short on that final front clip, but Pollock just seemed to hold on to it really well. Some Falken and Hankook tire smoke hanging in the trees. Now Jeff Jones will lead the smoke hanging out. If everybody could blow at the same time, we can get this cleared out. Jeff Jones, Justin Pollock. Now it looks like the smoke is dissipating. Waiting for the official word. Seeing Jones lead. A lot of pressure on these guys' shoulders. Who's moving on to the grade 8? Next battle and final battle of top 16 will be Kaufman versus Nishida. The winner of that battle will go against one of these two gentlemen, Jones or Pollock. I think Jones needs, he knows he needs to throw it down here. Now Pollock is their view here. How's it gonna hang? Pressure mounted, here we go. Jones initiates. Pollock gives himself some room. Interesting initiation here from Pollock. Jones now goes into the crease. Jones, great degree of angle. Jones tights that second front foot, now bringing it into the final front clip. Both Jones and Pollock. All right, so looking at this again. You can see Jones out front, into the crease here. Pollock was almost giving himself too much room. I don't think he expected Jones to have this kind of speed, but he did. Jones, great job filling that touch and go. And a wide swing around that final clip. So look, you can see that smoke just hanging out there above the crowd. There's another look with Jones out front. So what the judges are really looking at here is, did Jones drop down below? Because basically you can see the dotted lines or the dashes right from the start. And what that is meant to do is so the lead driver doesn't manji or flick into the other. No, go ahead, Montana. I'd love to hear your explanation here because I see you put on your headset, but that's what the judges are looking at. I was like, why did JTP initiate so late? But you guys made the observation.
Right. You can see right there where Jones drops down below the line, and it impedes Justin's ability to initiate within proximity of him. That's the reason why we have the lanes. And you can see that there's at the end of those yellow lines, there's a line that drops down. That's the point at which JTP should be allowed to come up. But he was kind of impeded from even remaining close to Jeff Jones because Jeff Jones came down below the line. So this is something we spoke about in the meeting. We said we're going to be a little bit more strict at this event because of the banking here, even on the straightaway. That makes, and the lanes are really narrow here. That makes it really important to have your whole lane and the ability to initiate together. You can see that in this instance here, JTP actually had to let off so that there would be contact between them.
Yeah, that got a little hairy there. So our judges will take a look at this. Thank you, Ryan Lontaine, for your insight. as we're in the Ford top 16. Jones and Pollock await the verdict. So what's going to happen here actually is So Lontaine, if you could get on the comms here again. So if you could, that second run there is null and void.
That second run is null and void. Typically, we would try to restart a run before they actually get into the initiation area, but because it happens so close to the initiation, we have no way of stopping the run at that point. And Chase, the guy at the start line there, he has a button to set the light off, but in that instance, he might not have been able to see because of where JTG's car was, the shadows. He doesn't know where that lane ends either, so
right.
It's kind of on us to restart it. And again, we're trying to be fair to the drivers and give them the utmost opportunity to initiate next to or right behind the lead car. Otherwise, there's no tandem.
Okay.
And that's why it's so important.
So the official verdict, that second half of that battle with Jeff Jones up front, Justin Pollock chasing, null and void. So you're going to allow them to put fresh tires on, and we'll see the second half of that with Jeff Jones and Justin Pollock chasing.
Exactly. It's a little bit tedious, but it's what we have to do to be fair to both drivers.
Copy that. Thank you for your deliberation and your explanation. So this was meant to be the final battle, but we have 1.5 battles left. Kaufman and Nishida. Kaufman will lead. Kaufman will be out front in his Ford V8 powered S13. And this 4.4 liter V6 here of Robbie Nishida. Stroked out Jerry Yang, Achilles Radial GTR. We are ready to see Kaufman and Nishida do battle. Again, we will be seeing the second half of the Jones JTP battle. And here comes Kaufman off the start line. Kaufman into the bank. Nishida. Whoa, look at Kaufman. Getting personal with the wall as Robin Nishida kind of on the wrong side of where he needs to be. Kaufman in the crease, well done by Matt Kaufman. Transitions into the touch and go and dials it in. Nice job by Matt Kaufman. Let's take a look at this again here. So watch Kaufman goes really hard into the wall, looking ready and execute magnet bumper. Well done. Robin Nishida, you see him really on the wrong side of where he needed to be. Kaufman looks like he almost gets into the bank, but no, he keeps it down into the crease. Robbie off of that front clip a little bit. Before we get out to the touch and go, Robbie dialing it in. Now you got to keep in mind that this is Robin Nishida's second event with this brand new GTR car, and it's getting better and better. So definitely a nod to that team getting that car up and running. So now Nishida will lead. Nishida will lead and Kaufman will give chase. But first, the smoke. If you haven't already downloaded the Formula Drift app, be sure to download that. Give you all the updates, news, info, stats, exclusive content, and even a point system where you can win some fabulous prizes. Download the Formula Drift app, available on Apple and Android. We have 4 rounds left. After this round, we make our way to Canada. We go to Texas, Seattle, and Irwindale to round out our 8-stop championship, a new champion or potential repeat champion. You know, we'll see. It happens in Irwindale in October for the final round of the Formula Drift Championship. All right, so looks like smoke is minimized, and Nishida will lead as they leave the start line. Nishida and Kaufman. Nishida initiates into the wall. Kaufman starts out low, but then works it back up. Oh, Nishida taps the wall. You see Nishida tap the wall there towards the tail end of it. Throws it back in. No big deal. Keeps on continuing the Nishida play. Not bothered by it as Kaufman into the touch and go area, now brings it on in. Nishida and Kaufman. Do we have a definitive winner in the judges' eyes? So here's Nishida. See him go for it. Kaufman dropping back quite a bit here, but he did tap that wall towards the end, talking about Robbie out front. Really tight on that front clip. Touch and go. Kaufman barely just kisses it, just runs that line. Second hash mark for Robbie on that final clip, and Matt about the third, 3.5. There was a half. Looking at it again. Nishida out front. Again, the winner of this battle will go against the winner of JTP, Justin Pollock and Jeff Jones. All right, slide him left for Nishida, right for Kaufman, and Matt Kaufman gets the victory. Matt Kaufman advances on into the Grade 8. Machine was built for war and lives to see another day. And again, so as we see Robbie Nishida, that car getting better and better, looking for big things from that GTR, and Robbie up in Canada, Montreal, St. Eustache. And Kaufman will go against either Jones or Pollock as we see the second half. So we're only going to see the second half, which should have been restarted, just was not caught. So Jones will lead, and Pollock will give chase. And taking a look at their first run here, here's Pollock. If you can recall it, a great strong lead run. You saw him getting really close to the wall. Well done. Tight to the clip. Jones a few car lengths back, but then gains some proximity, gets up into it. Pollock, this is what I really liked about Pollock's run right here. Bam! Just sticking with it. Just a really great line there by Pollock to end that run. So now, can Jones throw down? Jones out front. And we are talking about that lane. And Jones not dropping down into the lane of Pollock to impede in the way of his initiation. All right, so again, this is our final battle of the top 16. Our Grade 8 is nearly shaped. Dai Yoshihara, Michael Essa, Christos Blues, James Dean, Odi Bakshis, Frederick Osbo, Matt Kaufman, and one of these gentlemen. Lantain.
I feel we need to go over maybe the run that we saw, the first one.
Yeah, we just showed it.
You showed it?
Yep.
Did you analyze it really intricately?
Sure, go ahead.
No, I'm asking if you did.
I went through it again.
You went through it? All right.
Yeah.
Did you point out Pollock missing the touch and go? He threw a lot of angle coming from inside
Yep.
clip too, but he was way off the touch and go. Completely missed it altogether. Now that's a big opportunity for Rintanen right now if he can get out there.
Not Rintanen, but Jones.
Oh, sorry, Jones. I saw the red car.
Sorry.
You're right, Jones. And maybe do a little bit better in the. I think he was a little bit mid on outside zone 2, so he could go a little bit deeper in mid-side zone 2. That could give him a bit of an advantage.
All right, so thank you, Lontaine. So again, Jeff Jones will lead. Justin Pollock will give chase. All right, so Jones and Pollock, the second half of this battle. We are only seeing this half. And it looks like the start lights are illuminated. Once they extinguish, we are good to go. All right, so Jones looking like he's having some words with Shane, our start official. All right, looks like, again, having some issues there, just making sure everything is cool. Jones leading, Pollock chasing. Who's going against Kaufman in the grade 8? Here comes Jones. Jones initiates, we got a clean start. Looks like Jones gets up to the wall on the left foot brake. Pollock standing on it. Down into that first front clip, now into the crease, the second outer zone. Jones burying the back end of his car, nice job. Pollock transitions. Whoa, Pollock, little straight line approach. Did he have a major mistake there from Pollock? That was interesting, he had some horsepower and just kind of threw it at it. So let's take a look at this again here. So you're seeing Jeff Jones initiated, nice job, we did have a clean start. And now down off the bank. Jones ripping through the course, nice job. Jones really tightly in the crease. Pollock mirroring the angle, good job. Tight split is Jones, but watch Pollock's approach there. Whoop. A little bit of a flub, a lot of bit of a flub. So again, the second half battle of this Pollock Jones. Who's going against Kaufman? So again, the final battle of the top 16. Waiting to find out, Jones or Pollock. Both waiting to find out what is going to happen. Our final battle, top 16, already in. Dai Yoshihara is going against Michael Essen, all championship battle. Christoph Blush versus James Dean. You got Latvia versus Ireland. You got Odi Bakshis versus Frederick Osbo. Matt Kaufman versus one of these guys. Slide him left for Jones, right for Pollock. Ryan and Brian and Andy. Ryan says one more time. Brian says one more time. They're going at it again. And Andy says Justin Pollock. So we'll take a quick break. When we come back, the one more time battle between Pollock and Jones. We thought that was a wrap on the 16, but one more battle. Stretch it out, work it out. Here's a few messages from our sponsors. When we come back, we'll see Pollock and Jones for the one more time battle when we return. All right, so as we wait for our final battle of the top 16, which is the one more time of Justin Pollock and Jones, stretch it out. Feel like it's seventh inning stretch or a top 16 one more time stretch. So stretch it out, work it out. Yeah, namaste. There you go, doing yoga pose. That's a nice one. So as we take a break, we throw it up to Laurent Nickel, who caught up with the Latvian driver, Kristaps Blush.
Kristaps Blush is moving on, and Kristaps, unfortunately for Nate Hamilton, he went into the wall. What did you see?
Didn't saw anything, so I know that I tapped the ball in the middle of the bank, and I just saw that he stopped on my outer zone 3, so I saw that Nate is near the wall, so I knew something bad probably happened. So unfortunately he hit the wall, and we missed the second good run.
And I would say that your confidence is pretty high today, because when I was able to check in with you, I said, all good, and you just looked at me and gave me the cut sign, like it's mine. So the confidence is high today?
Exactly, so I'm pumped, and everything is working well. Team and car is in pace, and looking forward for the next battle. James Dean, I'm coming for you.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, Kristaps Blush, those are fighting words. So Blush will be going against James Dean in the Great 8. And also, again, Dai Yoshihara against Essa. Odi Bakshish versus Osbo, which we've seen those guys go against each other. And then Matt Kaufman goes against the winner of JTP and Jones. When we come back, I can hear Justin Pollock off in the distance. So you can see him over in the burnout box warming up his Falcon tires. But before that, I throw it to Lorette Nickel, who's with Matt Kaufman, who we're going to see in the Great 8.
Congratulations to Matt Kaufman. Moving on. Matt, I just wanted to get your insight on the initiation. You're going full straight into the sun, and then on that bank, that shade. So how are you making adjustments out there?
Kind of just calling it how it is. I mean, obviously it is a different circumstance, and especially what we had a majority of practice, which was a consistent lighting on the bank itself. So just trying to not go as ham as it would be if it was in like the full sun. I mean, as you can see, it's taking quite a beating already. So like, I'm just trying to keep out of her as much as possible, to be honest, because she will chew you up. So.
And how are those track conditions?
They're good. They feel pretty comparable to what practice was. And to be honest, even going from the sun to the shade really isn't even that different. I would say maybe like a 10% loss of grip or like change of grip. So, yeah, it's interesting, but just take it as it comes.
Matt, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lorette, and good luck to you, Matt Kaufman. You're going to be going against one of these guys, so your spotter should be taking notes. How are you going to fare against JTP or Jeff Jones? We're about to find out. Justin Pollock, Jeff Jones. Let's keep it tight and right, fellas. These guys have seen battle against each other 4 times, and they are 50-50. You can see that 59.9 winning percentage for Justin Pollock, 10% for Jeff Jones. So let's see if Jeff Jones can turn it up here and get it going. As Jeff Jones will be chasing down Pollock. Again, Pollock qualifying 3rd. Jeff Jones qualifying 19th. In an obvious clear track of smoke with a delay. Thank you guys. Sticking around here in the building or online. We are live at the Advanced Auto Parts Gauntlet. Round 4, the Black Magic Formula Pro Championship presented by Blackview Dash Cameras. As I said, James Dean leading the points chase into this round. Jeff Jones giving himself a little bit of a jump, which is allowed. Here we go! Our final battle of top 16. Pollock initiates into the bank. Dragging bumper, Jeff Jones not as high as Pollock. Playing it safe, maybe by design. Jeff Jones shredding some weight, losing that back bumper. Pollock really dialed in. Past that second front clip. Now he gets out for that touch and go. Talking about Pollock and Jones. A lot of smoke. Woo! These guys are dancing right now. Take a look at this once again. A lot of smoke on the track. Watch Justin Pollock initiate, flicks it. Does not get in the way, gets up into the wall, gets into the darkness. Now comes into the flat area. Boom, both of them really on it. Pollock right into the crease. And that front clip zeroed in, both of them. You see Jeff Jones knock it out all the way into the touch and go, both the drivers. Well done. Well done by both the drivers. Now Jones will be out front, but there's going to be a small delay here. Look at that smoke just hanging out, and looks like the flag is not as strong and stiff as it once was. So again, if everybody could stop vaping over there in that section, I'd really appreciate it. We got Jeff Jones, Justin Pollock, our track workers, putting the Black Magic Intense Tire Wet Spray clipping points back into their position. Our final battle of the 16, as Laurent Nickel was talking with Matt Coffman, the sun hitting the smoke. Track conditions not a big deal. He says 10% maybe grip loss and estimation there, but as far as vision, the starter Shane cannot see. If you haven't downloaded the Formula Drift app, do so now or before the next round, because it has live scoring alerts and stats, exclusive content, breaking news, notifications, access to the free live stream, ability to buy tickets, new fan FD rewards program. If you type in FD01, you'll get 50 points. The new exclusive games and contests and special video features. So download it, available on Apple Store or Google Play. So download the Formula Drift app now. All right, looks like here we go. Who's going to be going against Matt Coffman in the Grade 8? Jones or Pollock? Jones into the bay. Pollock hearing him. Oh, and Pollock, a big rotation. Jeff Jones. If he finishes sound, this could potentially be his entry into the Grade 8. And Jeff Jones out front could be seeing himself in the Grade 8 unofficially. So looking at this once again, you see Jones off the wall, transitions down, and Pollock slams down. Looks like he just over-rotated. So looking at this again, you see Jones. Here's a replay of it again. Jones out front, different angle here. Left foot brake, you see him braking through the zone. And Jones completes the entirety of the course without any mistakes, and Pollock spun. So, are we going to see them go one more time? Pollock, did he seal his fate with that rotation and coming to a halt? Justin Pollock, Jeff Jones, slide him left for Jones, right for Pollock, and Jeff Jones gets the victory. Jeff Jones advances on into the Grade 8. Unfortunately, that spin by Pollock, that will be all she wrote. Justin Pollock, Roush Performance Falcon Tires Ford Mustang, is knocked out. So Jeff Jones is in. Our Grade 8 has been forged. Dio Shihara goes against Michael Essa. Christoph Blush against James Dean. Odi Bakshis versus Frederick Osbo. Jeff Jones versus Matt Coffman. Don't go anywhere when we return. More action here at the Advanced Auto Parts Gauntlet Round 4. The Formula Drift Black Magic Pro Championship presented by Blackview Dash Cameras. So an update on the competition. We have something that has major implications in the competition of today's action. Ryan Sage, please elaborate.
Yeah, so I've been absent for the last little while because during the top 16, we received a protest from Ryan Turk's team questioning the result of the loss against Odi Bakshis. Basically, when we have a protest, it's got to be something objective that we can go back and look at to see if it actually would overturn or change the result. Ryan's protest in particular said that Odi slowed down in the acceleration zone with potential handbrake, zero smoke, immediately falling inside clip 1, slowed down in opposite direction than stated in the judges' meeting. So this is something we can actually look at to verify at a closer level, and when we do that, we go into the live stream booth to look at it on a really big HD monitor, slow it down to see if what they're claiming is actually true or not. It has to be something objective, not an interpretation of a subjective result. And so because of that, we had one judge want to amend his decision, two judges that wanted to amend his decision, one that wanted to stay the same. And so the outcome of that resulted in a one more time battle, and because of that, they're going to be running again.
Lantain, is there anything you'd like to add to that to give further clarification?
No, I think he really summed it up well, and I'd like to give kudos to Ryan Turk's team for handling it in such a professional manner. They were really calm and very. This is important for them, obviously, right. and there's a lot of emotion.
As it is for every
team,
everybody. And the Bakshises too.
Absolutely, and it comes down to respect and having a calm, level head. And I think watching it on that screen up there really pointed out some things that we didn't see on our little screen here, but that we might have seen live. It's really hard to make these calls when these implications are so heavy for these drivers. You want to make sure you're making the right call. And in this case, I believe that maybe we did make the wrong one. So I'm going to rectify that now.
All right. Well, thank you so much. So this is the one more time battle. So this is the final battle of the top 16. We thought it once, twice, now 3 times, and maybe. We'll find out. As Ryan Turk will lead Advanced Auto Parts, Black Magic Intense. Toyota Racing GT86 goes against the Falcon Tires V8 S14 of Odi Bakshis. Ryan Turk initiates. Left foot braking of Ryan Turk, works his way up the wall. Odi Bakshis right there. Hanging out Hankook Tire Smoke. Both of them quickly past that first front clip. Ryan Turk gets into the crease. Odi Bakshis not as deep, but definitely has some great proximity, mirroring the angle. Turk past that second front clip into the touch and go area. Goes Ryan Turk and Odi Bakshis, barely seen through that thick cloud of smoke. Intense on the door and intense on the track. What do you say, New Jersey?
Well, big ups to both guys for maintaining their composure. Obviously, this came down just a few minutes ago, but to be able to get back out on course and lay down a tremendous run like this, you can see Ryan Turk nice and high on the bank. Odi Bakshis coming through that smoke cloud, a little bit of separation there, but then Odi's able to close the door here as we get into outer zone number 2, and you can just see that a huge plume of smoke coming off the tires of both these guys. Nice job by Odi to tuck through that smoke line there, and then Ryan Turk hitting that touch and go. So a good lead run by Ryan Turk overall. You can see there Odi just a few inches away from Ryan Turk as they cross the finish line.
Man, just a lot of smoke now lingering on the track. Let me look at the flag is at a standstill. It is just absolutely parallel to the flagpole. So no wind now. Barely see the trees swaying. I was talking about it earlier this morning. The trees always kind of swaying, but now it is absolutely still water. Glassy if it was a lake. So the smoke. Come on, everybody blow on 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Slowly getting it out of here. All right, let's do a wave. Let's do a wave real quick. Starting closest to the bank. Closest to the bank on 3. 1, 2, 3. Come on, put your hands up. There you go. Work it over here. You're not doing anything. It's got to come back, though. It's got to come back. We're near the shore, so why not bring it back this way? Coming all the way to you in the NOS Energy Drink VIP area. Gonna have some backwash here. Come on, send it back. Okay, send it back. NOS didn't get involved. Come on. You guys need a couple more cans of NOS. Come on, send it through the judges' booth. Ew! All right, coming your way. Spotters getting involved too. Thanks, Jay Brad. Appreciate that, buddy. The only spotter got involved. Dean just bummed out right now. Did you do it? Did you do it? Yeah, see, the Irish guy doesn't know how to do the wave. I get it. I get it. Sorry, Dean. Jay Brad, I got you. All right, so, again, more smoke. Still hanging out. As Odi Bakshis and Ryan Turk, man, just think about what's going through their mind. They just did a very fierce battle, not only just Turk leading, but also that previous battle that then was under review and led to that. So just goes to show you, it's pretty crazy. I mean, just anything can happen, Ryan.
I was just going to say New Jersey was crazy last year, too.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things behind the scenes that, you know, the fans don't necessarily see, and the stress levels are high for not the teams, but, you know, the sanctioning body, and there's a lot of things, man.
We get pitted.
You get pitted, for lack of a better term. When the wave breaks here, don't be there.
Yeah.
Listen to Turtle. As, man, it's a lot of wackiness, but all these guys, like Lantain said, it matters, and for all the teams. So, you know, the sport of drifting has grown tremendously, and with that has come professionalism the fight, the win, the money at stake, and just all of it. So and the glory. You see how many countries are being represented just in the 8. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different countries represented in the Great 8. That's pretty crazy. I mean, two Americans, regardless of this outcome. Here we go. Odi Bakshi throws it in. Odi riding the wall. Ryan Tuerck past that first front clip. Odi takes it out. Now going into the crease goes Odi Bakshi. Ryan Tuerck losing a lot of ground there. Odi, massive angle. Ryan Tuerck really trying to hunker down into that touch-and-go area. And around that final front clip goes Odi and Tuerck.
Well, let's take a look at this here. Second half of the one more time battle. Tuerck trying to chase down Odi. Odi, nice job on the bank there, mid-high line. You can see Tuerck getting on the brake surf for a second. A little bit of separation here. Tuerck misses that second inside clip. Odi was able to hit it. Odi trying to stay deep in this zone. You can see a little bit of separation there. With Tuerck a little bit less angle in outer zone 2. Nice job by Odi tight on that inside clip. Tuerck now closing the door, coming through that smoke line, through that touch and go. And then right on Odi's back bumper across the door. So good battle here. And we'll see if this one more time stays the same or turns the result. Crazier things have happened, but not too many.
And they usually do. Shout out to Dave Schumacher, High Octane Tattoo in New Hampshire. Rosie Welch, they're watching as well. Got a lot of fans. Hashtag FDNJ. You can see the tag board. Fidget spinner wave, millimeter, nice. And all right, so again, the one more time. As you said, Ryan, is it going to get reversed or will it stay the same? Odi Bakshi's on the initial take. And this is our final battle of the top 16, I think. As again, here we go. Slide him left for Odi, right for Tuerck. Ryan says, one more time. Brian says, Odi Bakshi's. And Andy says, one more time. I told you, it's not the final battle of top 16. Oh, my goodness. So right now, as we are getting prepared for this one more time battle between Odi and Tuerck, Lorette Nickel caught up with our very own Jeff Jones.
Jeff Jones is moving on to his first Great 8. And Jeff, do you think you're moving on by getting into JTP's head?
I definitely think I've been biting at that guy's heels for a while. He's a good friend, but, he's someone I know I'm comfortable driving hard with, and that's what I did. We took our car and our team's work and our efforts and just drove it as hard as we could. And I think we got into his head a bit, especially, having to redo the run and everything. And after Atlanta, definitely beat him in the rain. So I think I'm in his head a bit.
Congratulations, moving on.
Thank you so much. Let's take this Edelbrock Supercharger to the trophy, huh? Get it first place, huh? We ready for that? I'm excited, man. I'm pumped. I can't even think. Let's go.
Guys.
He is totally juiced. He's hopped up on his Doc X. So when we come back, we will be seeing, I don't know which battle we're going to be seeing at this point. The one more time battle between Odi and Tuerck, or are we going to advance on to the Great 8? Don't go anywhere. The Advanced Auto Parts Gauntlet is proving to be one for the books. So let's find out who moves on. As knives are being pulled out, it's a knife fight here in New Jersey. All right, so we are going to stay in the top 16. And we're hearing word from Lorette Nichols. She says, Tuerck pulled into his pits. He got 2 new rears. He pulled away. The fans were cheering. So a lot of energy down in the pit area and here in the stands as well, as we are ready to see what's going on. Also, AutoCon, New Jersey Convention and Expo Center, June 10th. So June 10th, just next week. So go to the New Jersey Convention and Expo Center for the AutoCon event. All right, if you haven't already, enter to win a set of wheels. Tag a photo of you watching this weekend's hashtag. And there are the winners. Kian Rajkumar. Kian Rajkumar, congratulations. You won a set of centerline wheels as run by Chelsea Nanofa. And then Emilio Kies, you won a set of drifts wheels as run by Odi Bakshis, who's about to do battle. Emilio Kiles, congratulations. Ryan, what do you got?
Nothing. I was just thinking, I'm convinced we're going to get out of the top 16 on this battle.
Well, you know, all joking aside, it just shows you that these guys are going for it.
Well, obviously this will be the talk of the town afterwards. It's not very often that we get a protest that's valid, let alone that actually gets overturned. The process is very specific and defined, and a lot of times it really doesn't go anywhere. But in this particular case, it's got us to this result where we are now, and so we're now at the second one more time before we can move into the grade 8.
Here we go, Ryan Turk, Odi Bakshis, who's advancing on just to the grade 8. The second one more time battle, Ryan Turk into the wall. Odi Bakshis tucks in, riding shotgun. Bakshis, a killer chase job. Woo! Right into the crease goes Turk and Bakshis. Going for the gusto are Turk and Bakshis. Into that final front clip, barely see them through the smoke. Let them hear you, Jersey and Drifting World.
I am absolutely amazed by just how much power these guys are bringing to the table, not only in their mental fortitude and focus, but just how well their cars are able to perform time and time again. You can see.
That is the incorrect run there. Do not reference that.
Let's go to the right one.
And we are only in the top 16. We have some time. You can see the smoke still hanging out. Let's look at that run again there, Ryan.
Here we go. So you can see Odi actually initiates right with Ryan Turk. He gets super tight as Ryan Turk is riding high on that rail. Coming down right here, this is such a hard section of the course. Odi's able to navigate, and he has a way of getting that angle to slow himself down and then being able to get right back in throttle. Meanwhile, again, Ryan Turk is out front with a solid lead run. He's on that first hash mark on that second inside clip. Gets the butt of his car into that touch-and-go area, but unable to shake Odi. So we've seen the lead run from Ryan Turk, the chase run from Odi Bakshis, and now we'll see them switch it up. Odi to the lead, Ryan Turk to chase him down.
So quite a bit of smoke still hanging out. You can see there. These guys are just, I mean, whoever gets this victory really, let's just call it what it is, deserves it. These guys, I mean, I'm exhausted, and they still, you know, they still have the grade 8. All right, so again, the Ford top 16. This is the second one more time. And trying to wait for the smoke. There comes a breeze. Flag's kicking back up, which is a good sign. All right, so Odi and Turk. The winner goes against Osbo, which is going to be a tough battle in itself as well. Getting fully tranced out. I mean, wow. And, you know, Turk, he's had a bye run, so this is his first battle. Odi's already had to go against Peter Vincek, which unfortunately had to break, but here we go. Is this going to be it? Are we going to get a winner? Odi throws it in. Ryan Turk right there. Comes down off the bank, which was the initial issue, now going into the crease. Rolling into it. Odi Bakshis. Big angle from Bakshis. Turk now gains that proximity. And here comes Odi and Turk around that final clip.
Here we go, Jared. The second one more time. Odi initiates once again high on the bank. Turk a little bit down lower for a second, then he's able to move back up, close the door. Now coming off the bank here, just watch Odie cross that front into that first inside clip. Does a great job on this outer zone here. Turk right there trying to match the angle. Very similar to the last run. Odie perfect on that second inside clip. Great job getting the vehicle into that touch and go. Turk coming through the smoke line. Odie across the finish line. And that last inside clip. So do the judges see enough to give a victor here? That is the question.
Yeah, and do we have a winner to go on to the grade 8? Again, 2 one more times. Are we going to go a third? Do you guys think we have a winner? Where are my Ryan Turk fans at? Where are the Odie Bakshi's fans at? Where are my drifting fans at? Yeah, there we go. How many people think they should go one more time? Oh, I think just like, no, let's move on. Let's find out who wins. Here we go. Slide them left for Bakshi, right for Turk. Ryan, Brian, and Andy say. Ryan Turk says Ryan Lontaine. Brian says Odie Bakshi's. Andy says Odie Bakshi's gets the victory. Odie Bakshi's gets the victory and advances on. So 2-1, Ryan. Ryan Lontaine, you were the only judge that actually sided with Ryan Turk, and I heard you talking to your fellow judges there, but again, you were outnumbered.
Yes, I was outnumbered. It happens from time to time. I really liked that Turk was really high in outside zone 1. I felt Bakshi's was off it a little more than he was. I did not like Odie in the lead position, pulling the handbrake at inside clip 1 and slowing down again like he did, which resulted in this whole kerfuffle in the first place. Kerfuffle. I didn't appreciate that. He slowed down in an area where he wasn't supposed to. It's not something that we asked for in the lead position from the drivers. It's something that in the past has led to issues as well. This case it didn't, but it doesn't mean that you should be doing it anyway. Turk was on throttle through there. If you looked at Odie's previous lead run, he was on throttle fully through there exactly as he should. It was perfect. This one was not. So I didn't think that his lead run was very strong because of that. I also didn't think he was as deep in outside zone 2. So that's why I went that way. Clearly the other guys did not agree with me, but that is the way it works. Majority rules, so Bakshi's moves on. And I think maybe we can get into the top 8 now.
The grade 8 is established. The grade 8 is upon us. Our first battle in the grade 8. Michael Essa, our 2013 Formula Drift champion. He's going against Dai Yoshihara. Dai Yoshihara, 2011 champion. And now here comes the turn 14 distribution Subaru BRZ, Michael Essa. Ryan, who's your, which way is your needle kind of going? I mean, if you look at the stats, 4-1, Mike Essa, Dai's only won once.
Well, I mean, hopefully both drivers are fairly well awake. They've been waiting around for a minute. It's been really exciting up here in the booth for us, nonstop action. But I think Michael Essa certainly has been extremely consistent this round. He's got a lot of momentum, but Dai has looked really strong as well. His performance this weekend, I think, has been very consistent with what we've seen in the past. So this is going to be a great battle here in the grade 8.
All right, we can see Odie's team, given what he went through in the night. Lorette caught up with him earlier, and he's talking about how, not tired he was. He says adrenaline's kicking in, you got to step it up, but his team's still thrashing on it. Here we go, our first battle of the grade 8. Dai Yoshihara made his way through Genova, and here he is going against Essa. Big high entry there from Mike Essa. Dai Yoshihara down quite a bit. Here comes Essa. Looked like he was going to slam down and come unbound, but it did not happen for Essa. Now Essa into the touch and go area, and wow, Dai even tighter on that final clip. But on initiation, Dai Yoshihara did not have the height on that outer clipping zone.
Well, I think also too, coming down off the bank again, where these acceleration, deceleration areas are, Dye is going to be straightening out nearly, almost completely coming off the bank right here. As you can see, that's transition down right there.
Oh, wow.
Makes a big mistake through that first inside clip. He's able to get back on it, but Michael Essa, you can see very solid run here in the lead position. Nice smooth transition back around. Great angle at inside clip number 2. Really good job on the touch and go. And Dye is able to follow him through the remainder of the course pretty well, but coming down off of the bank, it looks like Dye made a pretty big mistake there. Is that right?
And the smoke lingers once again. Dai Yoshihara will now lead. Ryan, you called out some big major mistakes there from Dai Yoshihara. He's going to lead a major mistake there from Essa in that chase position, and Dai's going to need to throw down a really solid, poignant, strong run. All right, here we go. Dai Yoshihara initiates. Essa working his way up to the door of that BRZ. Whoa, sparks being thrown into that second outer zone. Dai Yoshihara, crazy angle from him. Didn't get all the way out to the outer zone. Looks like Essa now around that final clip. Dai actually pulling away from Mike Essa. A lot of sparks being thrown when they went into the flat bottom.
Well, run number 2 playing out here in the grade 8. Daijiro Yoshihara in the lead position, initiates into the bank. Michael Essa sticking to him through the last half there. Staying nice and tight. There's what you're talking about, Jared, with those sparks. A little bit of separation here. Michael Essa trying to keep him in close proximity. A good spotter would let Michael know that Dai had made a big mistake in the chase position, but still want to maintain pressure. Looks like he does that here. Good effort by Daijiro Yoshihara in the lead position, but no major mistakes from Michael Essa.
As we wait for the judges' verdict, our first battle of the grade 8. Who's going to the final 4? And here we go. Slide him left for Dai Yoshihara. Slide him right for Mike Essa. And Mike Essa gets the victory unanimously. Michael Essa gets the win and advances on to the final 4. Remember, we do not have a third place battle that is dictated by the highest qualifying driver in the Constellation bracket. Odie and his team getting their hands dirty, getting underneath the hood of their Falcon Tire Drift Fuel Suspension S14. Yeah, up till 3 a.m., replacing the engine, getting that thing dialed. So they are running off of just absolute adrenaline right now, and maybe a lot of sugar, or don't know what's going on with those guys. Getting nosed out, cranking some NOS energy drinks. Christoph Blues waiting in the chute. This car kicks off a lot of smoke. And James Dean. Christoph Blues, James Dean. Christoph Blues, James Dean. These guys have never seen battle against each other. This should be a fun one to watch. And you saw the interview with Christoph and Lorette, and he says, "I'm coming for you, James." All right, so Christophs will lead. Kristaps qualifying 4th, James Dean qualifying 5th. So Blues will lead. HGK, Achilles Radial, Mass Motorsports BMW on Wisefab suspension. You got the Wordhouse Drift Team, Falcon Tires. What do we got? And clear to send. Here we go. Send it. Kristaps Blues, James Dean. These two international superstars. Kristaps. Whoa, look at the angle from Kristaps. Taps the wall. Stays in it. James Dean chases him down. Into the second outer zone. Kristaps. James Dean not getting all the way out there. He does get that proximity. Whoa! Doctor! Kristaps Blues. Snappy transition. James Dean right there on the door. Ryan Sage, that was unreal.
Jeez. Well, here we go. Let's take a look at this again. Kristaps and James Dean. Kristaps right out of the gate, nice and high on the bank. James started down the middle and then moved up there. Now you can see Kristaps right through that first inside clip. James is a little bit on the outside there, and James is starting to close the door. Kristaps making his way around this second outer zone. Watch this flick right here. Boom, mad angle, but holds the momentum through, but he leaves the door open for James. James doesn't get out to the touch and go. He gains proximity, so you gain some to lose a little bit. So it's a balance that we talked about a lot in the drivers' meeting, about sometimes when you see that opening there, you may need to tighten it up a little bit to gain proximity, but you're going to lose because you didn't follow the line of the lead driver. So maybe a couple mistakes by either driver, but very, very small. Some nuanced stuff. Now we're going to mix it up. James Dean takes the lead against Kristaps Blues, and a great battle on hand here.
Yeah, I mean, James Dean, he's really going to have to throw it down here. And we always say it, a great chase run can only be if you have a solid and great lead run. And I got to say, Kristaps had just a really aggressive, impactful lead run. Yeah, getting fully torqued. So now James Dean, let's see if the luck of the Irish is on his side. He is our current points leader. He won round 1, our previous round at round 3, but the smoke is just, looks like something from a horror film. These guys are definitely killing it. And they are door to door. You got the right-hand drive. What do you got, Ryan? Oh. See, stop vaping. Look at all the whale spouts. Let's see a whale spout vape. All right, we haven't seen the whale watching wave. So if you have a vape, we're gonna start closest to the bank, and when it goes past you, you exhale your vape wave. Okay, starting closest to the bank on 3. 1, 2, 3, go. Who's got the vape? Okay, who's rolling clouds? All right, we go. Okay, there they go. Look, they see the whales. There's an orca off the left bow. There's another one. Here it goes. It's coming across. Oh, we're rolling clouds. Whale watching. Look at that. Oh, there's another one. See, now we know who to find and blame for all this smoke. See what I just did there? You can blame all these people. Yesterday was donut day. I had donut juice up here in the booth. All right, now let's. Are we ready? Is that clear? Pat, P2? Is that enough? Did the vape wave work? See, I told you, everybody blew that out. All right, we're sending cars. Here we go. Make some noise, Jersey. James Dean, Kristaps Blues. Who's advancing on to the Final Four? James Dean initiates. Into the bank. Nice job by James Dean. Kristaps. Into that flat section. Tap of the brakes from Dean into that second outer zone. Ooh, Kristaps with that correction. Into that second front clip goes James Dean. Kristaps gains some ground in that touch and go. Woo! Come on, guys, take a look at this again. Ryan Sage.
Well, you can see Kristaps there hesitates for a second. He wanted to figure out what his positioning was going to be. James gets nice and high on the bank. Now Kristaps moves up near him. And as they come off in the bank, James right there is nice and tight on that inside clip. Kristaps does a great job managing his position on the track to make sure that he doesn't make contact. Like you said, a little bit of a correction there, but not too noticeable. James is smooth out front, gets right into that touch and go. And then Kristaps follows right there. So you can see, remember, James missed the touch and go. Kristaps got out to it, on his lead run. James is able to close the door. Kristaps made that little mistake at outer zone number 2. So some back and forth stuff here. Was it enough for either driver?
Wow. All right, so that was quick. James Dean, Kristaps Blush, slide him left for Dean, right for Blush. Ryan, everybody says Kristaps Blush knocks down our current points leader. Kristaps, he made the claim in the interview, and now he's advancing on to the Final Four. So we're going to be seeing 2 BMWs of different varieties, Essa versus Blush. Blontaine, your verdict was unanimous, Blush over our current points leader, James Dean.
You cannot discount that lead that Blush had. That was an amazing lead. That would have been probably the top qualifying score, I think, maybe close, if that was a qualifying run. That was phenomenal. He was everywhere he was supposed to be, massive angle everywhere, didn't slow down where he wasn't supposed to, did everything exactly right. In that chase position behind Blush, Dean made some compromises to maintain proximity. He didn't do what Blush was doing in the chase position. Yes, he might have had some proximity in some areas, but he was off the touch and go to do so. He was also lower on the bank initially. He didn't really get up to the bank as high as Blush did, early as he did, and he didn't get into outside zone 2 the same way either. But you look at the other run. Dean didn't do as well in the lead position, I don't think. Blush had one small mistake in the chase over in outside zone 2, but he didn't make any compromises throughout the run. He managed to mimic his lead run and didn't make any compromises, although he made one little mistake. And that's really what we're looking for. I don't mind if people make little mistakes, little bobbles in the chase, if they're pushing really hard and they're doing exactly what that lead car is doing. All right?
Yeah, lead to lead, chase to chase. I think Kristaps definitely outpowered that of James Dean. I think it was just, again, that compromise. The compromises were too much and there were too many.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. So, all right. So, and it was unanimous as well. So, unanimously, Kristaps advances on. Blush and Essa are in the Final Four. And this man, he is just working for it. Look at that. They're high-fiving each other. Blush and Dean, they know, I mean, it's I don't want to say every dog has their day, but, dude, these guys, they're fighting for it.
They're fighting for it, but I have never seen camaraderie in any sport like I have in this sport. These guys love to battle each other. They shake hands afterwards. And if you watched Road Atlanta, you saw an amazing thing happen with Kristaps Blush when he was trying to go into the finals and just did not make it, or rather the Final Four. Go back and watch that again. It was amazing.
We've had some just magnanimous moments over this season. Here we go, Frederick Osmo, Odi Bakshi's. Osmo's been waiting for Odi Bakshi's. Woo! Are you kidding me? Frederick Osmo throws it in gangster, but Odi, the teal and blue shadow, on the door, all 5 of them, of Frederick Osmo, front, back, side to side, Bakshi's. It wasn't the prettiest when he got getting there, but when he was there, Bakshi's was the teal and blue shadow.
Watch this right here. That's contact in any other situation. Odi hangs on to it and just stays to the door of Frederick Osmo. He's going to lose a little bit of ground here, but he's able to get right back on it. And Frederick Osmo out front is leading an excellent run out front, doing a great job here, but Odi does not let him get away. Osmo comes through the second inside clip very well, and then right there, once again, Odi attacks right on the inside from that touch and go. Great job right there. If Odi ends up winning this event, it will be the most well-deserved win I have ever seen, and right now he is on an absolute tear, but Frederick Osmo has an equal opportunity to lay down a similar or better run in order to force the win or one more time.
Yeah, I mean, Odi Bakshi's, I was kind of just stunned and fixated on Odi Bakshi's chase run, but Frederick had a great lead run as well. So it just the sensationalism of that chase is what really is the essence of drifting.
Well, it started off with Odi diving in and doing something extremely risky, but being able to pull it off throughout the entire bake. There was just that little separation that Odi is able to close. But like you said, Frederick Osmo had an incredible lead, and as we always say, you need to have a great lead in order to have a great chase.
So again, the wind is very still. All right, so we're gonna do a wave from both sides. Are we clear to send? We're clear to send. Sun not as violent. Here we go. No waves. We're going to wave our way into the Great Eight. Who's moving on to the Final Four? Odi Bakshis, Frederick Osbo right there. Bakshis tipping over that black magic clipping point. Osbo zeroing in now with that Toyota Corolla IM. And now Bakshis brings it on home. Do we have a winner? Ryan Sage, your thoughts? The fans want to know.
Well, we're definitely getting our money's worth today. Quite a few battles here. Great job by both competitors. Awesome back and forth battle. Frederick Osbo with an opportunity to come back, push the pace against Odi Bakshis. Great job on the bank here through the smoke. Odi hits that first inside clip. Osbo sticking with him here. Odi a little bit of a flub there on that transition into the second outer zone, but look at Osbo right there, door to door. Great job. Now moving back around. Odi does an awesome job getting his car from that second inside clip into the touch and go, and Osbo not letting him get away.
So Essa, Blush. Now Odi or Osbo? Osbo and Odi waiting for the verdict. What do you guys think? One more time? You guys just don't want to go home. Sorry, dude. Mom's calling for dinner. Odi Bakshis, Frederick Osbo. Slide him left for Odi, right for Osbo. What do we got? Ryan says, one more time! Why not? Why not? Fontaine, another one more time, huh? Just want to stay here all day.
Just trying to give the people what they want, Jared.
No, I think the
See,
drivers
woo,
must-
that guy likes it.
Yeah, of course. I mean, so you're just trying to please the people, huh?
No. Look,
So you're bribed easily.
Bakshis' chase on outside zone 1, I don't think I've ever seen anybody do a chase like that in that section.
why
Outside
didn't he
zone
get the
1
win?
was phenomenal. Overall, he didn't have the proximity that Osbo did in his chase run. So Odi did amazing in outside zone 1, but at the expense of inside clip 1 for sure, because he was so close coming off the bank that on that transition he had to get out of the way. He backed off, lost proximity, and it wasn't as tight until he got all the way to the end of the track. Osbo, on the other hand, was close, but consistently close all the way around.
Okay.
So I think that Osbo won the chase. I think that Odi won the lead. That's my opinion.
All right.
And I believe the other guys probably are somewhere in there as well, since they chose
Yeah,
the same
I
thing.
think there's some kind of alternating positions as far as that goes. I mean, yeah, I could see where you're coming from.
Yeah. We're not looking for like a hot spot of glory. We want to see greatness all the way through the run. And if you get really, really close, but it causes you to have to, back off and make a mistake or something like that, then it's not really worth. I know it was great. It looked amazing. I love him for it. But overall, and then Odi in the lead position made a mistake coming into outside zone 2. So little things like that caused one more time.
Yeah, you don't want to be a one-hit wonder.
Exactly. Yeah.
Got it. All right, so we have what was to be our final battle, but we'll see it one more time between Odi Bakshis and Osbo. But now, Jeff Jones and Matt Kaufman. Jeff Jones, first ever Formula Drift Grade 8 in pro competition. We've seen him on the podium in Pro 2. He was just kind of just blabbering. He was so excited, blabbering for lack of a better term, but he was absolutely pumped with the Red Nickel. So here we go. Kaufman, 959, machine built for award. Throws it in. Jeff Jones initiates, but down on the bank quite a bit. Coming to that front clip. Here comes Kaufman and Jones. Second outer zone, Phil. The Ford power plant, turning it up. All the drivers really just locked in on that second front zone, and Jones having an issue shutting her down. Reinitiating a major advantage for Jeff Jones. Man.
Well, it's pretty simple here. Jones is going to have a big disadvantage after this run here. You can see Matt Kaufman staying steady out front, nice and tight on that inside clip. Jones goes up the bank a little bit before outer zone number 2. You can see he's pushing the pace here, but out front, Kaufman, nice smooth rotation into that second inside clip, gets into that touch and go very well, and then right here, Jones shuts it down. That's going to be an incomplete for Jones. And now Matt Kaufman will chase him down. Jeff Jones will go to the lead position here as Kaufman sits on a big advantage going into this run.
Man, smoke is not just on the bank now, it is everywhere. The flag is not moving. Again, everybody just like wave their hat or something. This is ridiculous. Whew. And what is that girl eating? That is a huge mound of cheese and chips and meat. That is ridiculous. You're sharing that with everybody, just like the smoke, right? Yeah, just come on down. Just come on up. VIP seats. It comes with a complimentary meat stack. I saw a couple. I'm not just saying her. I saw a couple of you other fellas and the ladies out here housing that thing too. I mean, shit, I'm gonna need one of those things by the time we leave here. It's gonna be, again, dinner time. Gonna miss dinner. Hey, you guys having fun out there in New Jersey and Drifting World? Let us know, hashtag FDNJ. Let us know you're watching from home, getting a lot of comments here on social media. You know, we got some downtime here. Give a shout out. Joe Blue, 16547. Haven't done this in a while. Danger Media. Mr. World Time Attack. Ian Baker, how we doing? Over in Aussie. Here we go. Jeff Jones. Matt Kaufman. Who's going to the Final Four? Jeff Jones initiates. Kaufman falls down. But now Jones. Poised. Tight and right to that first front clip. Into the second outer zone. Remember, Jones had that mistake. Oh, it throws more angle at it. Reed kind of throws it out. Into the touch and go area go Jones and Kaufman. Into that final front clip. And there goes Jones and Kaufman. Do we have a winner? Ryan, your assessment once again.
Well, not too difficult to tell here, unlike some of the one more times that we've had so far. Obviously, Jones has that big mistake on his chase run, now out front, looking for Matt Kaufman to have an unforced air here. And Kaufman smartly keeps a little bit of a distance here, but maintains enough pressure in order to get the win. You can see Jones right there makes a mistake, clipping that second inside clip by taking those front tires outside the line. And looks like that'll be, after a great day for Jones, all she wrote, and a win for Matt Kaufman. Let's go to the judges.
Jones and Kaufman slide on right for Matt Kaufman. Matt Kaufman gets the victory. Round of applause for Jeff Jones. His first grade 8 in Formula Drift competition. That Doc, hand-cooked tires, S14, CPR racing engines, Edelbrock supercharger. Gave him that extra pep in the step. So, Ryan, taking a look here, regardless of the outcome of Osbo and Bakshis, Christoph Blusch will have another podium. He just podiumed in Orlando. He got, in Atlanta. He got third place in Atlanta. So at minimum, he'll grab third place again because of his qualifying position. But he wants to better that and get all the way up top. So already, Essa, Blusch, they are in the Final Four. Kaufman goes against Odie or Osbo, and they are in the one more time battle. Again, we have some time, so pull out your phone. You could win a Blackview dash camera. Pull out your phone and text BVNJ1 to 38714. Again, text BV, as in Blackview, NJ1 to 38714. Retail value of nearly $400. Blackview dash cameras. You and your car connected. Again, you could win a Blackview dash camera. Our presenting sponsor of the Black Magic Formula Drift Pro Championship, presented by Blackview dash cameras. This is the Advanced Auto Parts Gauntlet. All right, the one more time battle. This is Odi Bakshis and Frederick Osbo. Man, these guys are, a round of applause for all the drivers today. Ryan Sage and I are up here talking about where does this rank overall, and just kind of some of the zany things, the overturned call between Odi. You know, Odi stayed up till 3 o'clock in the morning. Ryan Tur coming up here and protesting and being revert. I mean, just, but then now the one more time. Here we go. Osbo and Odi. Who's going to the final four in a new battle against Matt Kaufman? Woo! There it is again! Odi Bakshis! Oh my goodness, Odi! Wow! There you go, Ryan! Whoa! Odi! Wow! Montaigne, I think he was listening to you when you were talking, or at least Amy, his wife, was.
Well, once again, Odi Bakshis does something that looks almost near impossible to do and rides all the way with Frederick Osbo on the bank. Osbo out front, great job on the bank and that inside clip, but Odi here on the inside, not letting him get away, pushing the pressure right here, nearly door-to-door, wheel-to-wheel action. Great switch back by Frederick Osbo, snappy right there. Just for a second, Odi falls back, but through the majority of the course, Odi was maintaining great pressure there. So now you've seen it. You've seen the awesome lead run by Frederick Osbo, which he does nearly every time. Some huge moments from Odi Bakshis, and he didn't have that one-hitter-quitter moment that Ryan mentioned in their evaluation. He did a much better job until the very last section of the course where he had just pulled back just for a second, but it was very, very minor compared to the previous run. So Odi did a great job there in the chase position, and now Frederick Osbo has got his work cut out for him, and Odi still needs to lay down a solid, clean lead run as we find out who's going to move on into the final four, our last position here to be filled.
Lantain, you threw on your headset when I was saying that Odi paid attention.
Yeah, I think I wanted to agree with you there. That, like you said, somebody must have listened, or he just felt that enough of these one more times. I want to make sure that I don't leave anything on the table. That was phenomenal from start to finish from both of them.
Yeah.
You know, Odi, you need a great lead run to have a chase like that. You have to have a lot of confidence that the lead driver is going to do what they're supposed to do so that you can place your car where it's supposed to be and maintain that proximity. You can't at any point in time feel like, you know, I have to back off a little here because he might do something weird. You have to be fully committed and have full confidence, and you can tell that they both did. And you know, Osbo himself and Odi and Osbo. So amazing job by both of them. And they're both going to have to put together some amazing runs in the opposite position now.
Amazing seems to be the theme of this event here in New Jersey, and we are only halfway through the season after these trophies are awarded. Odi Bakshis, can he back up a phenomenal chase runner, or can Osbo step up and claim the victory? Odi, big angle, Osbo, just enough room to allow him to pass, just a kiss of the bumper. And looks like now the roles are reversed, Ryan. Osbo shut her down. Osbo coming to a halt, but Odi Bakshis continues across the finish line. Odi in a dominant fashion. 2 one more times against Turk. 1 more time against the champion of 2015. And now it looks like he's going to be getting the victory. Ryans, what do you say?
Well, let's take a look at this here. I mean, Lantain mentioned Odi slowing down on that first inside clip, and Osbo, if that did happen, Osbo did a great job of avoiding it here. You can see right there, Osbo, incredible, but as soon as we come around to this second part of the course, Osbo's going to shut the vehicle down. It looks like there's some sort of malfunction with the vehicle. He's not able to continue the drift, so it's really not going to matter from that point forward. It's going to be an incomplete for Frederick Osbo, and a well-deserved win for Odi Bakshis after an incredible chase, and probably the toughest day that anybody has ever had in a long, long time.
That's a real shame. I mean, that was building up to be, you know, an amazing battle overall. The first run of the battle was phenomenal. Both of them had amazing runs. That word again, amazing. This was starting off really, really well, and you could tell as soon as Osbo got in there that he was going to be really tight, but unfortunately it just didn't work out.
All right, so here we go. Slide him left for Odi, slide him right for Osbo. I think you know the outcome. Odi Bakshis gets the victory and is going to the Final Four. Odi Bakshish gets the victory. He won here in 2014. Can Odi Bakshish, or sorry, didn't win. He got third place. Frederick Osbo giving some thumbs up. Odi has only beat Osbo twice in his career, and it was Seattle last year, and he went on to win the event. Are we seeing another Odi Bakshish of victory caliber? So as the Rockstar Energy Drink, Toyota Racing Toyota Corolla IM on Nexen Tires gets a tow off the course. The Papadakis Racing team will park the vehicle, and our final four is set. Ryan Sage, we got Michael Essa going against Christoph Blush. We got, two very different countries. BMWs, yes, but they are very different drivers.
Yeah, and teammates nonetheless, so it's going to be a win for Achilles no matter what, and that's going to be an amazing battle. And then on the other side of the bracket, we've got Odi Bakshish and Matt Kaufman. And for Odi Bakshish, it's been probably, the toughest day that he's had probably in his career in terms of staying up late, replacing the motor, being here early, battling through everything that he's done as we take a look at his vehicle here now. And as he prepares for this Final Four battle against Matt Kaufman, it's going to be a lot of stories to tell tonight when we're all said and done, because there's been a ton of crazy things that have happened and some great memories for everybody.
Yep, so when we come back, we'll see Osbo off the course. You can see Odi throwing some fuel in there. Coming up at the Advanced Auto Parts Gauntlet, the Final Four here at the fourth round of the Black Magic Formula Gym Pro Championship presented by Blackview Dash Cameras. The Final Four is here. The Final Four is upon us. These drivers have fought tooth and nail, especially Odi Bakshish. But look at the path here, Ryan. Let's walk through Michael Essa. Michael Essa, he started off going against Ken Gushi. Ken Gushi had some bad luck. Then he had to go through Vaughn Gittin Jr., then Dai Yoshihara, and now he finds himself going against Christoph Blush.
Yeah, and Blush started off with that bye run, then Hamilton, and then moved on to James Dean. And now he's set to do battle number 8 qualifier for Michael Essa against number 4 qualifier Christoph Blush. Both guys definitely championship contenders this year. This will be a very important battle. On the other side of the bracket, Odi's trying to make his way back into the championship. He qualified 15th. He'll be going up against Matt Kaufman, who qualified 6th.
All right, so our Final Four is set. As you said, Essa against Blush. And the other side, Odi Bakshish versus Matt Kaufman. Christophs will lead on the first portion of this battle. Essa will give chase. Remember, join us for the podium. These gentlemen are going to be celebrating. I can only imagine Odi Bakshish, the emotions that he's going to be going through if he finds himself on the podium. He's been working hard for it, as all the drivers are. But I think the confidence for Blush right now is very high. Essa always an even keel driver, but Christophs, he just seems like he's a man on a mission. And there he goes, making his mission up the bank. Essa tucked in. Whoa! Almost getting contact. But now that we're in the Final Four, you know the caliber driver, and there's that Blush big angle towards the latter portion of the outside zone. Essa, whoa, get in the door, contact, but Blush stays in it. Christoph Blush from Latvia, taking a licking but keeps on ticking.
Well, no disappointment here so far. You can see Michael Essa pushing the pace. He starts off a little bit of a lower line, then he moves his way up. Blush nice and high on the bank. Essa pushing hard here. Nice move right here. He backs off and he puts angle in the car in order to avoid contact there. Does a great job. You can see he loses a little bit of angle, makes a slight mistake by doing that, but then he's able to stay on Christoph. Now, Christoph is out front for the majority of this run, doing a very, very high caliber lead run. So there's no major mistakes from Christoph that were noticeable on that first look. On the other hand, Michael Essa did a pretty good job in the chase, had a couple little minor corrections there. So both guys now will be hearing from their spotters what they need to do in order to move on into the finals. Ryan.
One thing that Blush did wrong was outside zone 2. He was off outside zone 2 all the way around. So that's going to be really important for Essa right now. Essa needs to make sure he gets wide out there. That'll give him a huge advantage because it's a big corner right there. That's a big percentage where he was way off. So And not just a little bit. If you look on the ground, he was inside the yellow line that's on the ground, so he was quite a bit off.
Okay, so taking a look at the point standings coming in to this round of competition. So some things are going to get shaken up. If you can recall, going through it, James Dean with those 2 victories was leading the pack. Dean Carnage Carney, he's in second. Osbo in third. Turk in fourth. Those guys all knocked out. Michael Essa, who is in fifth, is still in it. Vonkin Jr. sixth. Kristaps Blush, he's there in seventh. Alex Oberon eighth. Alec Honadale ninth. And Chris Forsberg 10th. So that's how the things shape up. And Peter Vincek, he is currently ranked 11th. He is the highest ranked rookie as it stands right now. So lights are on, smoke's ready. All right, you ready to send it, bud? All right. And looks like we will be illuminating the start lights. And we are ready to go. The second half of this battle. Essa and Blush. Mike Essa out front. Blush. Whoa! Blush knows it's in. Doesn't exactly manage the angle and gains that proximity. Big angle from Essa past that first front clip. Now Blush tucks in. Oh, there's a lot of angle there from Blush. Like I said, at minimum, he is getting third place, so Essa has something to prove. And Blush now closing the gap. Unfortunately for Blush, he made quite a bit of mistakes. He's close, but he's not mirroring the angle. Ryan, your assessment?
Yeah, this conversation happens a lot in the drivers' meetings is what's better, a little bit further back with equal angle or proximity with a little bit less angle. And I think in this case, Kristaps Blush had great proximity on the bank, but he had to sacrifice a lot of angle to do it. And also right here, he made a little bit of mistake on the in the chase position in outer zone number 2. Now remember, Ryan referenced the mistake that Kristaps made in his lead run on that second outer zone. So that's going to be compared to the lead run of Michael Essa. And now we go to the judges here.
Going to the judges, Essa and Kristaps. And slide him left for Essa, slide him right for Kristaps. And Mike Essa advances on into the finals. That means Kristaps Blush grabs third because of his high qualifying run. Hey, homegirl that had the cheese and meat, look what I got. Oh, you got it for me? No, you did not. Did she really? Oh, she bought it? Oh, you bought it? Oh, thank you. Happy birthday to Jay at the HVZ Club. Happy birthday, Jay. Let's put a candle in this thing and blow out this Helix mound of cheese, meat, and potato chips. There you go, Lantain. I know you like eating healthy, so that's all for you. Great thing is I have a beer. As soon as this all wraps up, then I'll have a beer and wash this thing down. And I did put that on Instagram. All right, so we are seeing the second half of this Final Four battle. What was your name that bought me the things? Jen? Thanks, Jen. I just put you on Insta stories. Thanks, Jen. Remember, follow us at Formula D on all the social media networks. And we, again, have Odi Bakshis, Matt Kaufman. Happy birthday, Chris. Chris Rode. All right, Matt Kaufman, Odi Bakshis. Happy birthday, Odalis. There you go. All right, so we got to find some time here. I feel like these fans have stuck around, so they deserve a little more, Ryan.
Well, yeah, I mean, this has been an amazing crowd. Everybody's sticking around after multiple one more times, having a blast out here in New Jersey. And
it's your birthday too? Oh, jeez.
Yeah, multiple.
Everybody just gets one big happy birthday. What's your birthday, or what's your name? Tom. Happy birthday, Tom. He's been standing over here staring at me the whole time, just being like, what's going on? What are you doing? Sitting over here picking my nose. He gets to see me pick my nose. That's cool. Happy birthday to you, buddy. Pick this one just for you. So again, we have one more battle, or not, one more battle in the Final Four. And Matt Kaufman from Medford, Oregon, competed in the Golden Gate Drift sanctioning body. Shout out to Formula Dread, tuning in at home. Getting irie. As we got the chrome nose, looking like a fighter pilot. The Ford V8 under the hood of the 959.
Some weirdness going on here. Can't really tell exactly what's going on, but you can see the staff members around Matt Kaufman's vehicle trying to assess what's going on here. Seeing some, may just be waiting for smoke.
Yeah, it's definitely accumulating. Hashtag FDNJ, what's going on out there in the world across the globe? Getting a lot of follows and tags right now, but nobody's saying what's going on. Kyle Pope, what's going on, buddy? Superlative Drift and Heathens Drift, shout out to you. All right. Yeah, Ryan something. Car just, Kaufman leaking. Sprung a leak. Competition timeout. All right, so Kaufman, as you can see, out of the car, frustration. It looked like there's some fluid over there in the chute, so pulled it out, and we'll see what is going on here. And when we come back, competition timeout for the 959. So that means a 5-minute allotment for him. And you can see Kaufman thrashing to get out of the car. Don't go anywhere. Kaufman and Bakshis when we come back. Well, we just saw one of our victors in the Final Four. That's Michael Essa. He's going to the finals. Lorette Nickel had some words with our finalist.
Michael Essa is moving on, and Michael, let's talk about that track and those conditions you're facing out there.
Yeah, it's been there's been a lot of changes. So started out with sun was high, it was okay. Sun came down, started lighting up all the smoke. It got really hard to see. Now the sun's behind the trees. It's a lot better. You can see a lot more, but the track's gripped up a lot. So we're just kind of balancing everything out on the car to make it work the way we want to.
There's a lot of movement around your car right now. Is the team checking for anything specific?
Well, coming around the last corner with Kristaps, I bumped him a little bit. And then when we switched and I led, he bumped me. So before we go into the last battle, just make sure everything's good. You know, we don't want to be surprised when we pull out and do burnouts and have a wheel fall off or something. So they're just doing preventative maintenance, basically.
Okay, Mike, best of luck.
Thank you.
All right, well, congratulations to Michael Essa, as we are, again, waiting for Matt Kaufman. He called that competition time out. You can see the sun is setting, the lights are coming on, and the dynamic is going to change tremendously. Not only the track conditions and the site, but you can see there's Matt Kaufman. All right, so when we come back, we'll see what happens here. Matt Kaufman working on his car. Can he make the competition time out? He's only got 5 minutes to thrash on this thing when we come back.
Guys, I was talking to Matt Kaufman's team, and there's a possibility that there was a blown injector and fuel was spilling out. So the car is being worked on by the team. I heard that it's not a very difficult job, but because everything is very hot, they can't wear gloves, making this job tougher.
All right, thank you, Lorette. And there you go. You can see these guys thrashing, getting on the car, getting down under there. And again, they have a 5-minute allotment for the competition timeout. And man, you know, Matt Kaufman, his best finish is a 4th place finish in Monroe last year. And you can see the clock there. Kevin Wells, his official title? Competition director. as Kevin Wells there, and you're seeing Honadell and Kaufman teamed up this year as far as transport and teaming up, and you can see Alex Dad actually back there working on the vehicle as well.
Yeah, and just for fans that are maybe new to the sport or want to know some of the updates to the rulebook this year, it's a one competition timeout for the entire event. So this will be the one and only for Matt Kaufman. A lot of times drivers really try to only use this when absolutely necessary, because when it becomes absolutely necessary, you want to have that competition timeout. And so with 1:30 to go, it looks like we're getting down to the last 90 seconds here, and we want to have this thing buttoned up, ready to go. You can see Kaufman in the vehicle. We saw a very similar circumstance like this at Road Atlanta, though it wasn't as crazy. I'm not sure exactly what's going on with Kaufman's vehicle, but we did get a little bit of insight from Lorette Nickel, and we'll find out whether or not these guys are going to be able to make it back out to the start line. Now, this would, and if Kaufman didn't, this would actually be Odie's easiest battle.
Right, yeah. I mean, Odie is to do battle against Kaufman. We are now less than a minute. As you can see, it looks like they are throwing on. No, they are not throwing on that filter. We'll see, and we're seeing the lights are on. Less than a minute. Need to throw that filter on. Alec Honadell, get out of the way, buddy. About 30 seconds left. Get this thing back buttoned up. Again, just in the pits. Cheer them on, everybody. Come on now, New Jersey. Cheer them on. They can hear you over in the pits. Some final tweaks. We got 16, 15 seconds left. Fire that thing up. Make sure the kill switch is turned. All right, so we are seeing the car out of the pits and able to run. Vaughn Gittin Jr. there in the back. I could see him kind of smirking, and the Kaufman team is running, making their way. We'll get an official verdict, but it seems like the car has started. Not seen. We're kind of looking around for our officials. And again, it just comes down to making sure everything is up and running. Kevin Wells waiting for Kaufman's team manager.
The car was not running and it's not moving, and it ran out of time, and then it fired up 10, 15 seconds after. Copy that.
Ryan Sage, you're getting the verdict.
Yeah, I was hearing over the microphone there. It looks like they were about 15 seconds late, and they are going to disqualify him. He did not make the competition timeout. I know, it's a total bummer. It's a total bummer. We knew that was going to be the response.
That's why I let you do this.
That is the unofficial rule right now, so we're going to review this just to make sure, but it did time out. There was about 15 seconds that elapsed from the time that the clock went to zero until the time fired up. We're going to double check to make sure that is completely in line with the rule book before we move forward here. I want to make sure that we do everything correctly, but that is the unofficial stance right now at this current moment.
So Kaufman and Odie Bakshis are to do battle. Mike Essa waits. Christoph Blues is currently in third. You see Kaufman already to the line. So another turn of events here for this Formula Drift New Jersey round. When the cheese and meat chips kick in, right? By the way, you just polished off that whole thing by myself. No, I'm good. I'm good, son. Done ate them all. Again, hardcore fans, thanks for sticking around New Jersey and watching online. That's you. Come on, make some noise for yourself. The sun is setting here. All right, so we'll take a short break. We'll find out what goes on here. All right, well, Ryan and Drifting fans, you can see Odie is the only driver on the start line. Ryan Sage, elaborate.
Yeah, they just wanted to make sure that everything was correct in terms of the interpretation of the rule book. The unofficial stance now goes to official, and sadly a big disappointment for Matt Kaufman and for all of us. Yes, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. But rules are rules, and so Odie Bakchis, after a day of battling, will now get one lucky battle, and he'll head right to the finals after he makes his bye run here. So sad day for Matt Kaufman, misses it by about 15 seconds, and Odie Bakchis will take a bye run.
I mean, in all good theory, he missed it by 5 minutes. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, he had an issue with his car that led him to fix the car. So he's not beating the clock. Or, you know, he's basically just unfortunately had an issue. So he was able to call the competition timeout, but it did not pay off. So Odie Bakchis, who has really, like you said, this is the easiest battle of the event for him. Odie Bakchis is going to the finals. Odie Bakchis, and again, what a deserving driver right now. You know, all things considered, with him working till 3 in the morning, and a lot of drivers do that. I know Matt Field is working on his car as well, but you know, he goes through Ryan Turk, he goes through Osbo, and now, you know, doesn't have to battle Kaufman, but he's going in the finals. He's going against Essa. Laurent Nickel is with Kevin Wells now, and here we're live.
Thank you, guys. Kevin, we just wanted to clarify and confirm with you, how was that decision made? Because as we were standing there, it seemed like Matt Kaufman and the team had everything ready, but he didn't have that kill switch turned on. So how was that decision reached?
Basically, the repair needs to be completed. So the car needs to be running. You need to be on your way to grid. And the clock went to 0, it beeped, and they're still sitting there, car's not running.
Okay.
Then it was like 5 to 10 seconds or something, then it fired up. So I can't, then it's, you know, keeps going from there. So yeah, they didn't make their time.
Okay, understood, and we just wanted to clarify. Thank you so much for your time. Guys, checking back in with you.
Guys, it's been pretty well explained, so we're moving on. Odie Bakchis and Essa are in the finals. When we return, who's going to get on top? We know Christos Blues is in third, but now Essa or Odie. Remember, last time that Odie beat Frederick Osbo, he took the victory in Monroe last year. Can he repeat again? We'll find out when we return. The finals are here. It's Michael Essa and his Achilles Radial, Essa Autosports BMW against Odie Bakchis in his Falcon tires, Field suspension, Drifts wheels, S14. When we return, the Advanced Auto Parts Gauntlet. All these gladiators begin, and only 2 stand to see who's going to win here at Wall Stadium Speedway for the 4th round of the Black Magic Formula Drift Pro Championship presented by Blackview Dash Cameras when we return. Well, I can hear some tires being warmed up in the burnout box, and it is officially nighttime. Local time, 8:30 p.m. And Ryan, the big overarching story here is Michael Essa, 2013 champion, you know, is back to form. He gets a 2nd place in Orlando. You know, he switched vehicles. He picked up a Camaro, but now he's back. He's in great form. But Odie Bakchis, if you look at him, you know, again, he wants the championship. You know, he's going for it. He has some amazing driving. Yesterday, he loses a wheel in practice. Look at this footage here. A wheel falls off. You need those. You need those wheels. I mean, Vaughn might not need a left or a right. You see the wheel spacer go flying, and that contributed to engine issues, which put him into the wee hours of the morning. 3 a.m. They stayed up, worked on their car, and then Odie fights tooth and nail multiple times. Odie makes his way through multiple drivers, you know, from Peter Vinsek, who eventually retired. Then he went against Ryan Turk 2 more times, which were definitely earned. Osbo 1 more time, and then Matt Kaufman. Unfortunately, Matt Kaufman broke, but Odie Bakchis, both these guys very deserving. Where do they stand? And I got to ask you, Who do you think is going to take the victory? All things considered, mentally, physically, and just emotionally.
Well, the story has really been on this side of the bracket, and this side,
Right.
I'm pointing to the right side of the bracket because we had the protest with Turk and Odie. There was so much focus there. We had the one more times with Odie. We had the battle between Osbo and Odie. You know, this whole event has basically revolved a good chunk around Odie, and then of course again Odie with Matt Kaufman. So every storyline has contained every big storyline has contained some Odie element here. Meanwhile, Michael Essa has quietly made his way to the finals after qualifying extremely well at a number 8 position, and now we're in uncharted territory. This is the latest that we've ever been at Wall. The track is definitely going to be cooling down. We're under the lights. We've never really done that before. We're usually always finishing up right around dusk. And now we've got ourselves in the finals, ready to go to find out who's going to be the winner here after an insane and historic Formula Drift New Jersey.
Yeah, and also Michael Essa comes in this round in 5th position. Odie Bakshi's 13th, and finishing 3rd, he is in 7th. Are you ready to send it, New Jersey? The finals of the Advanced Auto Parts Gauntlet are here. Michael Essa will lead, Odie Bakshi's will give chase. Essa initiates into the wall. Odie Bakshi's back on the wall. The track conditions have cooled. How are the cars going to adapt, and the tires going to keep the grip as Essa brings it into that second outer zone. Another textbook run by Essa. Odie Bakshi's good mirroring of that angle. Coming into that touch and go. Both of them get out there as Essa wraps it around that final Black Magic front clip.
Well, Jared, it's really apparent. You can tell how much grip Michael Essa's car has. You see Odie try to dive in like he did against Osbo and some of the other drivers, and he's able to do a really good job on the bank here. But watch Essa as he comes off on an inside clip 1. You can see a little bit of contact there by Odie in the chase position, but Essa's running a really good line on that first inside clip. He is a little bit shallow. He starts a little bit shallow into outer zone number 2. You know, as Lantane mentioned, they want him to be in the crease, but then he's able to come back on inside clip 2, hit that touch and go. Meanwhile, Odie playing a little bit of catch up, but he does close the door towards the end. So good start by both guys. A couple little adjustments that could have been made, and now we're going to mix it up. Odie Bakshi's goes to the lead position, and Michael Essa will chase him down.
Are we going to have a victor? Where are my Michael Essa fans at? Where are my Odie Bakshi's fans at? Odie gained some new fans here this weekend, and I think across the globe, as the smoke you could see just lingering, and just it has been an instrumental role in today's event. And now with the lights on, it looks like an Atlanta scenario. Again, everybody, just you could barely see anything, just start fanning away here. And hopefully this will be, not hopefully, but you have to assume so, that this will be the final battle. But we thought that earlier with Odie Bakshi's going 3 more times against both Osbo and 2 against Turk. But Michael Essa, he made his way through Dai Yoshihara, which was a great battle. Essa and Vaughn Gittin Jr., Essa and Ken Gushi getting Achilles Radial on the podium. And not once but twice, because Essa on Achilles as well as Christoph Blush, and Odie Bakshi's taking Falcon Tires to the box. And looks like we are all set. Here we go, New Jersey. Is this it? Make some noise! And we are sending it for potentially the last time here, 2017, New Jersey, the Gauntlet, here at Wall Stadium Speedway. Odie Bakshi's, Mike Essa, who's it gonna be? Odie throws it in to the serrated knife that is the wall, not as high, and Essa is right there. Oh, Mike Essa, a major mistake by Michael Essa, potentially handing the victory to Odie Bakshi's. A touch and go and a clip. One more clip away for Bakshi's to wrap up the victory here in New Jersey.
Wow.
Let's take a look at this again. This front clip has been a point of contention for Bakshi's.
I was not expecting this from Odie. He started off a bit lower on the bank than he usually does, and Michael Essa was closing the door, but as he come off the bank right here, Essa is going to have a mistake. He's going to get on the brakes, and in fact, it actually looks like he may have something wrong with the vehicle. And now it's going to be up to the judges to make a decision of what's going on here. If we have a winner, we'll let you know. We'll announce it down on track, and then we will have the podium ceremony to solidify everything here this evening.
Like Ryan said, if we have a winner, we'll bring Kristaps on track. We'll announce him right here in front of you, the fans. But join us at the trophy ceremony. Again, we'll announce it here on track. Might have sounded like Mike Essa had a debeated tire. Thanks, Jen, for the nachos or chip cheese meat pile. So, taking a look at this replay, you can see it, Odie coming to a halt. And it looks like we are bringing Kristaps out. And it looks like we do have a victor. All right, well, there are 3 drivers, and with Kristaps joining them, we do have a winner. Round of applause for all the drivers here at Wall Stadium, New Jersey. After this podium, we have 4 more rounds, which include Montreal, Texas, Monroe, Washington, and the finale at Irwindale, California, the House of Drift, to crown a 2017 Formula Drift champion. All right, without further ado, it looks like, I believe. All right, the door opens on the Falcon Tires S14. And now, our 1, 2, and 3. Third place here at the Advanced Auto Sports Gauntlet, the Black Magic Formula Drift Pro Championship presented by Blackview Dash Cameras. Third place from Latvia, Kristaps Blush. Backs up a second place podium in Orlando, another podium for the HGK BMW. And now the winner here at round 4, the Advanced Auto Parts Gauntlet. Round 4 of the Black Magic Formula Drift Pro Championship presented by Blackview Dash Cameras. In the Falcon Tires S14, Odie Bakshies is your winner here in New Jersey. Odie Bakshies gets the victory, and with that, your second place finisher, Achilles Radial Essa Autosports BMW, is Michael Essa. Second place here in New Jersey. There is your 1, 2, and 3. Odie Bakshies, Mike Essa, and Kristaps Blush. As we will be over at the podium, and Lorette Nickel is down there with our winner. He is going to need a nap.
Jared, I think you're right. Odie, in a whole weekend where the wheels literally came off, you put it back together. You must feel like you have left everything on the table.
Yeah, you know, the guy that beats up this car, and I have a great crew that keeps on putting it back together. So the wheel fell off, we had engine problems, and I literally just blew up the motor on this last run. So I hope all of you guys enjoy that, because there's literally coolant coming out, water, and oil, and it will probably not be able to drive from this point on. So I couldn't be happier. I got very lucky on this whole situation that this thing held together just enough. I can't believe it.
Odie, I'm not sure if it's luck or if it's talent, but when the pressure was on, you really reacted. Do you feel like as an athlete, you can deal with that pressure?
I do kind of enjoy it. I feel like it kicks me into gear, you know, for sure. We've had this experience, not to this extreme, but we see it happen to me, and my wife always points it out. I love you, Amy. You're always right. So, yeah, this was a great event. It was probably the most effort I've ever had to put in.
I bet. Odie, who do you want to thank?
All my sponsors. You know, the Falcon Tires were just hooking up here. Arc Performance, ATD, Drifts Wheels, Feel Suspension. There's a ton of people I need to thank. I'm just going to keep it short. Thank you all, and honestly, my family, thank you for supporting me, my wife being out here, and my crew. You guys worked insane. I really owe you guys. Get some sleep, I guess.
Odie, congratulations. Guys?
Thank you. Yeah, wow. So, thank you, Lorette and Nico. Ryan, you said it, wow. Why do you say that?
I mean, the story is unbelievable. He blows the motor on the last run. I mean, hello, that is just, you can't even write that. And that is just an amazing story throughout the weekend. It's probably one of the most well-deserved wins that we've seen from somebody battling back from so many crazy things, a protest that overturned into a one more time, so many one more time battles to make it to the last lap, and his car barely survives.
Well, we are officially at the halfway point of the 2017 season. Congrats to Christoph Blues, Michael Essa, and your winner here at the Advanced Autosports Gauntlet, Round 4 of the Blackmagic Formula Jet Pro Championship presented by Blackview Dash Cameras is a wrap. Your winner, Odie Bakshi's here in New Jersey. We'll see you north of the border at St. Eustache in Canada.